Hey, it's Scarfy. It's Christmas time, and um, for some people who might be practitioners, and one of the topics I wanted to kind of discuss is like how to hold space um, for old traditions um, as you move into newer belief systems. And this is one that I struggle with personally, so I'm going to leave it to the cards. Spirit, you already know what it is. And I'm Garfy Goodell. Check out my website, garfgoodell.com. I'll be so real with you, it's the same thing as my card, but now I have a .com. What can help us? Nine of Spears. I think just in general, identifying points of anxiety that were tied in tradition. Like, there's some things that were done out of a sense of love for it, and then there were certain things that were done because if we don't do it, everyone's gonna freak out, fuck out, you know? And so it's like, okay, maybe if the only reason you had a tree is because of fear of what would happen, but you were always sick of the sap, and like, you know what I mean? Just get a fake tree, you know what I mean? It also speaks to anxiety and moving forward with like a new practice that might not be as, you know, equally accepted. Like now I find myself kind of in different schools of magic altogether. Um, you know, I still F with Jesus Christ with the locks, specifically heavy, because that's like how I entered into spirituality. But now I find myself, you know, celebrating with other entities and stuff. And I think it helps to kind of remember with the healer coming up as I speak about Jesus to really tie yourself, remember what aspects of those celebrations felt really important to you, what felt healing, what like brought life back into you. You know, celebrating Jesus's birthday is kind of turned. I'm not even gonna hold you. I know he would like have hella hoes in there and like motherfuckers with bands and stuff, and I feel like it's a day worth celebrating for that reason, you know. But like, what other energies about it really made you feel better? Like something about like getting um, breakfast in the morning, like heating up your soul, or just like knowing that this is gonna be the one day of the year you just sit by your TV and chill without your boss pulling some slick shit or something like that. The liberator in reverse. Sometimes we cling on to certain traditions um, for absolutely no good reason, and we find that they're actually like in direct contrast to the things we would like to do. Like sometimes you kind of want to separate yourself from like what your family had going on, and so you try to do the diametric opposite, which is still kind of like feeding into the energy of doing things for the people in your family. But in reality, they kind of like had a solid formula. It was just kind of like the vibes are a little bit off. So if the family like normally does like a secret Santa or like a little gift exchange or something, or like a little potluck, and you like that stuff, why not find a way to incorporate it into your new practice if it's cool with your guys? I know me personally, I without even really trying, I found guys who love to fucking party, you know. So I was like, okay, cool, hey, but like partying in like a eat well, drink well, fight well sense. To kind of expand this, like this is around Christmas, to expand this if it's like beyond Christmas though, and we're talking about just in general, like finding a spiritual theme that's kind of like in alignment with the things that you love about spirituality and or practices that were alignment with the things that you did used to like. Like I know, like the ex-Catholics are like so fucking posh at like bringing those things over. Like y'all really snapped with candles, right? Three of Spears in reverse, the Temptation, the Pair, Queen of Hedgehogs. Oh yeah, and it's also like if you are like some people have good relationships with their family. That's what the cards were telling me. I forgot. Um, finding ways to like reach out to the people that you do love and care about and see like what's important to them, their traditions, what they love. Finding ways like are more neutral parts of your practice that you feel like they would enjoy, even if they might not agree with everything else you do. Like every now and then a family member will get brave and ask to like do a little reading with me, and it's fun to kind of like share in my new traditions with like the old folks, and they're still like hold space for it. And so that's cute. I feel like this is kind of lofty, but I never promised. I never said I was a role model. Anything else? And Pentacles. It also doesn't have to be that hard. Like I feel like a lot of like being intuitive is like there's like a thin line between being intuitive and being impulsive. But, like if you just do what like feels good after, well, like feels good, but like good in sense of like in alignment with yourself and like what you want to be and stuff, not necessarily like a cheap hedonistic thrill that will fill you with endless remorse and guilt, like genuinely good. You'll find yourself in like position to be in alignment with energies that will help you kind of maintain that energy. It's like the object in motion will stay in motion kind of type shit. So if you just kind of keep putting yourself in the position where you feel how you want to feel, and it's like a feeling that actually has a bit of longevity, because happiness is not necessarily like a long-term feeling. Um, it's kind of bad, like as a bipolar person, like it's just as bad to be like happy all the time as it is to be depressed all the time. But like feelings more like contentment or satisfaction or fullness or like um, I think it's important to kind of like invest in like your sense of like emotional well-being, and then you'll find energies that will invest or in alignment with your highest selfhood with that. um, I pulled the twins before that happened, but there's also something about like just really nurturing any connections that allow you to feel like how you want to feel, like the way that you envision your highest self. At the Six of Hedgehogs saying definitely like pour into those emotional wells that pour back into you. And I think if you find yourself doing that, you'll find yourself hanging out with people who are doing things that you also want to do, and it's lit. Yeah, that's all I got for you. If you want to check out my website, go nuts. Ooh. It's a new website, but let me tell you a secret. It's an old website. Just in case I lose the .com. I'm gonna stay optimistic that the .com will live forever. But if not, it's the same thing as my card. Check it out anyway. You can get a reading, or give me a little Christmas tip. By that I mean money. That's why everyone thinks